I found one of the best all-round midfield wonderkids in FM24 and nobody is talking about him even though he only costs 1 million. That's right, we have got an absolute gem for you today. He is a phenomenal talent in the middle of the park who starts off with great ability, but like I mentioned, at his maximum potential, he is so well-rounded and has pretty much everything you could want from a midfield profile. So I'm very excited to show him to you guys, but before we do, if you do enjoy this video or you just want to be nice, smash that like button for us. It really will help us out here on the channel, and comment down below what wonderkid you'd like to see next. Make sure you're subscribed as well, and with that being said, let's check out this player. And we're heading to Ecuador, a nation that seems to be producing some great wonderkids in recent times. Moises Caicedo is one, you've got Kendry Paez as well, recently signed by Chelsea, and now we have this phenomenal talent too. He's playing for Liga Deportiva Universidad de Quito, also known in game as Liga de Quito, in the Ecuadorian divisions. And if you go into their team, even if you do not have the league loaded, I don't have it here, you should still be able to find this player. His name is Oscar Zambrano. He starts off age 19, available for about 1.5 million in this save, and at full growth he is insane. But you might notice right now, as good as he looks, he maybe doesn't look like the most elite midfielder straight away, but trust us, follow us in this video and we'll show you exactly how to take him into that superstar talent that he can become. Now like I say, he's only going to cost you a couple million, and he is willing to join most clubs. You don't have to be a huge team to be able to sign him, and he's been at his team for a while now, so it's not like you need to wait until January to get him or anything like that. Scout him, keep an eye on him, bring him to your club as soon as possible, and you'll have a midfielder to last you for a generation. At this price point as well, he's going to make you so much money because he does have a potential range of 140 to 170, so even if you get the worst possible version when that dice is rolled at the start of your save, let's say it's 140 potential, if he gets to that potential, he is still a very good midfield option, probably very high Premier League level, and he's only going to cost you 1.5 mil, and on the highest end of that potential, he is elite. Like, he is one of the best midfielders I have seen. With that being said though, I won't keep you waiting for too long. Let's bring him over to Real Madrid and show you how we're going to set him up for success. Firstly, the tactic. We are using a very basic 4-3-3 gegenpress preset the game provided. I've just switched a few roles, including this one, where we've got a Mezzala on the attack duty in the centre of the park. That's Oscar Zambrano in this case, and we're going to ask him to play as regularly as possible. We're going to holiday and make sure the assistant uses him straight away. Now, is he really good enough to start for Real Madrid instantly? Of course not, but for the sake of the simulation, that's what we're going to do. Now, we're playing him a lot, but we're also going to be mentoring him as well. In the mentoring section under training, in there the likes of Luka Modric and Dani Carvajal will be teaching Zambrano about the way of the game to improve his personality, which is currently at balance, which is not bad, but we want to see that improve. In terms of his training, we're keeping it pretty simple. As always, we're focusing in on the duty that he's going to be playing in game, which is a Mezzala on the attack, but realistically, is that his best role? Maybe not. I'm using it because I just like that role in game, but I actually think he could be a good box-to-box midfielder, which isn't rated as one of his highest roles here, but he's got good tackling and positioning, the work rate's there too, so he could definitely make a good box-to-box, but for me, I'm going to keep him as a Mezzala on the attack. Now, if you follow what I do, I would suggest you improve his shooting. He's only got 8 for finishing, his long shots are good, but I'd like to get that finishing up to get him some more goals, or you could work on final third to improve that composure and that decision-making. That will really help him in game too. Now, physically, he is weak in a few areas, particularly his strength, but we should see that improve over the next few years. Younger players see their physical attributes rise quicker, and then eventually their technicals and mentals should fill out too. So we'll see how he gets on. For now, we're going to simulate a few years ahead. He's going to be playing regularly, and we'll see what he can look like on the lowest end of that potential range. Worst case scenario, this is what Oscar Zambrano looks like. So here we are a few years in, age 21 now, he's an Ecuadorian international with 14 caps, valued at 60 million on the lowest end of his potential. So this is definitely showing you that he's worth that initial investment. Even if you had to play the maximum that it said, like 3 million, he'd still be worth it. Right now, he's a phenomenal Mezzala on the attack duty. Yes, his finishing is low for the position, but everything else is at a very high level. Physically, he's started to balance out a little bit, but it's mentally and technically where this guy really shines. 16 vision, vision, 14 passing, 16 technique. He's a creator who's got great dribbling, first touch and long shots, really well-rounded mentally too, and those physicals are coming along. But of course, the fact that he has such well-rounded attributes has really helped him in the in-game engine, because straight away, despite not really being quality enough for Real Madrid, he's came in, scored 12 goals, no penalties or anything like that, as you can see, 10 assists. The year after, 8 goals and 17 assists. Have we seen better performances? Yes. Have we seen better average match ratings? Yes. But that's why Zambrano isn't talked about enough, because I think he's a bit of a late bloomer. Not in the sense that he's actually labelled as one in game, but he does start off as 19 and he isn't as good as some players younger than him. But by the time he's 2021, you start seeing those attributes round out a bit, and because of those starting attributes being so well spread, he becomes this really well-rounded midfielder, and this is only him at the 140 potential ability. So now let's see how good he can look at his maximum. Before we see Zambrano at full growth though, I'd like to let you guys know I do have my own channel, which you can find linked in the description should you want to check it out. Over there, we do Football Manager rebuilds as well as YouTube shorts about Wonderkids you might not have heard of. So if that sounds interesting to you, make sure you come on down. I really do think you'd like the content, but I know what you're definitely going to like, and that is Oscar Zambrano at full growth, because he is an absolute beast. He's now 29 years of age, an Ecuadorian legend on 250 grand a week, valued at 90k. A 4.5-star player, if we want to trust those star ratings, which I don't suggest you do, whose physicals have rounded out well. He's pacey with great mental attributes, the anticipation, composure, decision-making, concentration, all really good, and then leadership, off the ball, positioning, vision, work rate, vision of the highest level as well. He is exceptional when it comes to that. 16 passing, 17 technique, 12 tackling, 15 marking, the long shots, the first touch. Yes, his finishing could be higher, and that's why I suggested for you guys, use that as the additional focus. In these simulations, I never do an additional focus to keep it fair for every single player we test, but I mean Zambrano, world-class midfielder, you can read it right there, a leader in the middle of a park with fantastic attributes, can defend, can attack, he's got it all, and if we do have a look now, if he was a box-to-box midfielder, he'd be absolutely smashing it with the attributes that he has. He's also got some nice traits on there as well, and at age 29, he has been a very consistent midfielder for us. Has he ever had the world's best season? No, I don't think we may be playing him in his best role to get that out of him. But he's getting 20 plus goal contributions a season, close to 30 in some years, so that is very impressive for a midfielder that you can pick up for only 1 million. But of course, he's 29 years of age here. He's still got a few years left of his career, so let's see what he can do by the end of it. And here he is now, age 37, with a bunch of extra traits, playing for Al Wehda out in Saudi Arabia. For the last few years at Real Madrid, he was better than he'd ever been, particularly as he got older. This season here, he got 38 goal contributions in 38 games, 24 assists, is insane from the Ecuadorian midfielder. Goes down as one of the best the world has ever seen, and he's only going to cost you $1 million or $2 to pick up in your saves. A phenomenal talent. I'm going to guess he didn't win a Ballon d'Or. No, he did not win a World Golden Ball, which I never get because he actually won the World Player of the Year. I don't know which one is meant to be the Ballon d'Or, but he did win one of those. At age 34, he finally managed to do it, beating out Bellingham and Yamal, so he's clearly got it in his locker to be one of the world's best. I think he's a phenomenal talent. You all need to sign him if you haven't already. For 1 million, this is like Gullit reborn basically, with those attributes at full growth. So well-rounded. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.